Yoga. We're going to get started by getting centered. So please sit comfortably in a way that you can be here for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I'm sitting cross-legged on top of a couple of blankets. You could extend one or both legs forward. You could even lay down for this if you wanted to. So whatever feels good for you, go ahead and be comfortable. And if you are seated, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Take them toward the space behind you, and then relax the shoulders down. Feel the eyes close, and take a deep breath in and out as you start to tune in. And you just might notice as you get started here what you came with. We're halfway through the week, we're at the end of the day. Surely there's something that came with you. Maybe there's some emotion, maybe some stress, maybe a long laundry list of things that have yet to be done. And I'm wondering if you could take all of that you brought with you and just mentally set it off to the side. Because while that's all very important, we're not taking that away from it. We're just taking a break from it for now. And by having this maybe distance from what we have to be doing all the time, our productivity, our urgencies, by having just a little bit of a break from it, we can actually do our jobs better. We can attend to our lives better when we have that space. So taking all of that to-do list, all of that mental occupation, and just asking it to just take a break for 1 hour. And if we want it back, we'll bring it back in. We're done. And so at any point during our class tonight, if you feel like some of that stuff starts to come back into your mind, just ask it to sit off to the side again, as if it were like a person coming to ask you a question. Just like, hold on for an hour. Just hold on for an hour. Good. So letting that be our intention. Take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring your palms together, lower your chin, and just honor yourself as you are in this moment. So this body, your breath, how you feel energetically, and of course, your current state of mind. And letting this practice benefit all of that. So when you're ready, go ahead and rub the palms together, creating a little warmth between them. And take the heated palms over the eyes, gently brushing over the top of the head and down the neck, bringing yourself back to the space around you. Good. So if you are sitting on any props, go ahead and move them off to the sides. And we are going to start on our abdomens tonight. So go ahead and come to lay face down on your yoga mat. Good. So once you come down, and take your time if you're still making your way there, you're going to have your hands placed underneath your shoulders, elbows bending. And you're going to squeeze the elbows in towards your sides. And we'll start with some gentle movement. So with your next inhale, roll your shoulders down your back, lift your heart and your head away from the floor. As you exhale, release down and turn the head to a side. Let's do that again. Inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the chest, lift the head, cobra pose. And exhale, release down, turning the head to the opposite side. Again, inhale, lift the heart and head. Elbows stay bent here. Exhale, release down and turn the head. Inhale again, lifting up cobra. Exhale, release, turn the head. Let's do just a few more. Keep going on your breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. And we're really recruiting the muscles of the lower back to pull you up here. There's not much pressure happening in the hands. And again, the elbows stay bent. We never straighten them in this pose. Turning the head every time you come down. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Final one for now, rolling on up. And then exhale, release down, take an adjusting breath. Feel sensation so far. Good, then from here, we're gonna work with another belly back bend, locust pose. So bring the head to center, hands stay under the shoulders, elbows bending. This time with your inhale, you lift the head, chest, and the legs off the ground. Your pelvis is your base. And as you exhale, release down. You can turn the head again if you'd like to. And again, inhale, lift the head, chest, and the legs, locust pose. Exhale, release, turn the head. And we'll do several more. So inhale, lift, head, chest, and legs. Exhale, release. Just starting to warm up the back body here, especially the low back. There's a bit of movement in the shoulders as well. Opening the front of the chest, especially at the top of the inhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering down. 2 more times. Last one, inhale. And exhale, release. You can turn the head to the side and rest again for a moment. Just feel sensation. Good. And then go ahead and curl the toes under. And you're going to push the floor forward to press up to hands and knees. And then keep the toes curled under as you lift the hips into the air for downward facing dog. Good. Now it's our first down dog of the night. Let's go ahead and walk it out a bit. Press the heel to the floor as you bend the opposite knee, lengthening one leg toward the ground and then the other. Now, downward facing dog is also a spinal extension. So you want to feel the hips reaching toward the sky behind you, creating as much length in the spine as you can get here. And of course, we're breathing. Walking it out. Good. All right. With your next inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Release the feet. Exhale, child's pose. Sit to the heels, forehead toward the floor. Then inhale, come back up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog again. And we'll just move between these 3 postures for a while. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees, looking forward. Exhale, release back to child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor. Then inhale, coming back up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Please continue on your breath, inhaling the hands and knees, and exhaling to child's pose or down dog, alternating between the two, moving on the flow of your breath. Warming up the whole body here, the shoulders, the hips, the spine. Starting to wake up the body a bit too. There's a little bit of engagement of the core too, especially as you lift and lower out of downward facing dog. Twice more, please. Last time through. And when you come into child's pose this next time, go ahead and stay. Take your time getting there if you're still moving through the movements. Once you're in child's pose, feel your hips sinking down toward your heels. A little bit of a stretch in the back body. And taking deep breaths. Good, all right. From here, go ahead and walk your hands back, come up to a seat, and bring your legs out in front of you. Good. So you're gonna have your legs out in front of you. Your feet will be mat width apart. And you wanna keep them mat width apart the entire time for this next exercise. So, and then the next thing is you want your feet a bit further forward. So they're not way back here, they're stepping forward a bit. The way that I usually gauge it is if I walk my feet forward enough, the balls of my feet start to come up off the ground. I'm just gonna back it up from that point a little bit. This will make sense in a moment, I promise. And then take your hands behind you and don't collapse here. It's tempting to want to do this. Try to keep the heart lifting. The spine is lifting. Good. And then go ahead and drop the knees to a side. Come back to center and drop the knees to the other side and come back to center. And then just keep moving from side to side. And you're rocking on the hips here. Just loosening up the hips. There's a little bit of movement in the lower back as well. Just a slight rotation in the spine, in the lower back. And breathe. From side to side. This is also kind of a massage for the glutes. So if you're enjoying that, just keep enjoying that. Side to side. Now we're going to make this just a little bit more dynamic to do more warm up for the spine, because the spine takes a minute to warm up sometimes. So as you take the knees to a side, sweep the back arm around and twist. And then inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, sweep the other arm around and twist. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist, and just keep going. This can be a slow movement. This can be a quick movement. Inhale, unwind, exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind, exhale, twist. Warming up the spine. There's a little bit of movement up by the shoulders here as well, from side to side. Just rolling around on the ground today. There's a little bit of a childlike movement to this, so if it brings up some of your child parts, let them play from side to side. Going for about another 15 or so seconds. Three, two, and one. Unwind to center. Feel for a moment. You might feel your breath rate. You might feel your heart rate. Sensation in the body. Good. And now I'm going to ask you to extend your legs all the way down to the floor because we're here. Why not? And so the rule here is that the less flexible you are, which is completely fine, the further apart your heels will be. So, but no wider than your yoga mat. Don't take them this far out. That's not the pose. But the more flexible you are, the closer you can have the feet together. All right, and you can play around with that as much as you want to here. We're going to try to sit up as tall as we can here. And then lift your arms up by your ears. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, hinge at your hips. Lead with your chest as you start to fold over the legs. Now, we haven't done a ton of warming up here, so don't go too far. Then inhale, come back up. Then exhale, fold down again. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold, starting to warm up the lower back, feeling the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Good, a couple more times. Good. Now go to what is your furthest point without collapsing. It's tempting to want to round the back here and reach for the feet. Try to stay lifted. The heart kind of being the most forward reaching part of the upper body. And once you reach that point, just relax the hands either down onto the floor or to the legs. Grabbing the feet is not important here. But do flex the feet, pull the toes toward you. And breathe. You'll feel a stretch in the backs, the legs here, of course. You'll also likely feel a stretch in your lower back. Good. All right. With your inhale, sit back up. Good job. Good job. So we're going to roll back over onto hands and knees. So take your time doing that. And once you're back onto hands and knees, we'll come back into downward facing dog. So curl the toes under and lift the hips. Perfect. So in downward facing dog, go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet coming into the standing forward fold. So the knees are just slightly bent here, and we're just draping the upper body over the thighs. And relax your shoulders, relax your head and neck, relax your arms. Just relax. It's almost as if the upper body is just melting down over the legs. This is sometimes called waterfall pose. Just the upper body's just a waterfall falling down onto the ground. You can even imagine that tension in the body is just falling off onto the floor here. Good. One more breath. And then go ahead and soften the knees or bend them a little bit more and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Take your time with that. Feel sensation once you get there. Again, what's happening in the body. All right, so continuing our warm up, we'll do some arm swings next. So this is a 3-part inhale through your nose and one powerful exhale out of your mouth with the movement. And the movement looks like this. I'll have my feet about hip width apart, and it'll be inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale, arms up again, and then exhale, jab the elbows back. Again, a 3-part inhale through the nose, powerful exhale out of the mouth. It becomes way more streamlined the more we do it. So it's inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, and then exhale, jab. Please join me. Up, back, up, and jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. It's a powerful exhale out of the mouth. You want to feel the navel pull into the body and up slightly, helping to clear the respiratory system. This is great to do if you have allergies because it just clears out those lungs. This is also a great one to do if you find yourself breathing shallowly quite often, because when we do that, stale toxic air builds up in the base portion of the lungs and it just kind of stays there until we learn to breathe a bit deeper. So this just helps to clear out the respiratory system. We're also feeling the full rotation of the shoulder joints. Up, back, up, and jab. And I didn't mention this before, I apologize, but we're going for a full 2 minutes tonight. So we're approaching the halfway point, and you can do this a lot slower than you're doing it now if you need to. Try to make it to the finish line. Swing it out, about 45 more seconds. Again, it's okay to slow the movement down if you need to. Try to keep going. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, last one, and release. Whew, feel sensation. You might feel tingling in your arms and hands. Maybe it feels like a clearing or an opening in the chest, the lungs. You might feel a cooling sensation in your nostrils. Maybe none of that, maybe all of it. What's your breath rate? What's your heart rate? Good. And then taking the feet about shoulder width apart. Good. I'll try to make sure I can stay on camera for this one. You're going to lift your left arm overhead. And with your right hand, you're going to reach up and grab the wrist and traction that left arm toward the ceiling. All right? Take a couple of breaths here, establishing that length on the left side. And then with an inhale, go ahead and just tilt to the right, creating more length on that left side. Breathe here. Good. Inhale, come back up. Go ahead and release both arms down for a moment. Feel. And then we will do the other side. So lifting your right arm up and over. With your left hand, reach up and grab the wrist again and traction it toward the ceiling. We'll stay here for 2 breaths. Reach, reach, reach. And then with an inhale, just go ahead and tilt to the left a little bit. How far you go is completely up to you. Feel a stretch on that right side. Breathe into it. Good. All right. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, release. Release both arms down. Good. So our next exercise, we're going to play around with chair pose in a flow. Some of you know this one. We're going to start with our feet about hip distance apart, just stacking underneath the hips. Go ahead and bring your palms together at your chest. Good. And with your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms down, back, and up, palms together overhead. With your exhale, bend both knees, sweep the body down, arms behind you, and then reach the arms forward and up, coming into chair pose. Knees stay bent. Stay here for your exhale. Then inhale, straighten the legs, and then hinge at your hips. Swan dive, fold forward and down over the legs. And then press the palms to your shins. Bring your chest parallel to the floor, come halfway up. And exhale, fold back down again. With an inhale, sweep the arms out to the side with a strong back lift all the way up to standing, reaching the arms overhead. Then exhale, sweep the arms down, palms back to your chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back and up. Exhale, bend your knees, chair prep, sweep the arms behind you, and then reach them forward and up. Keep the knees bent, chair pose. Good. Inhale, straighten the knees, and exhale, swan dive, fold forward and down. Pressing palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And palms together at the chest. Let's do this again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees. Chair prep. Inhale, chair pose. Lift and fold. halfway up, and down, all the way up, inhale, and palms together at the chest. Good, one more time. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep, chair pose. Good, lift and fold. Halfway up. And exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And again, palms together at your chest. Good job. Cool. So now we're going to play around with Warrior One. So please step to the front of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. Apologize, I can't talk tonight. And from the front of your mat, step your right foot back. And you're going to have your back foot flat on the floor, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. This allows the hips to rotate directly forward, okay? So if the hips aren't pointing forward, take the right leg out to the right a bit more. Good. Now start with the front leg straight, arms down by your sides. And with your next inhale, you're going to lift your arms forward and up, and then go ahead and bend the left knee, sink down into Warrior One. Good. Exhale, straighten the leg, bring the arms back down. Inhale, sink in again, lift the arms, bend the left knee. And exhale, straighten the leg, release the arms down. Let's keep going. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, back out. Moving slowly, moving methodically with the breath. Inhale, sink in. Exhale, come back. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, and we're going to hold it this time. So bend the left knee, lift the arms, sink in, and keep breathing, but stay in the pose. Breathe here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release the arms, straighten the leg. Good job. All right, so go ahead and step the right foot forward and take the left foot back, prepping for Warrior One on this side. So the back foot's flat on the floor again, toes pointing forward about 45 degrees. Hips are squaring forward, arms down by your side, starting with the front leg straight. And with your next inhale, lift the arms up, bend the right knee. Exhale, release the arms down, straighten the leg. Inhale, sink back into Warrior One. Exhale back. Inhale in. Exhale back. Please continue just a few more times. Moving slowly and methodically, not rushing this. 2 more times, please. And on this last round, we'll hold it for about 3 breaths like on the first side. So sink on in, breathe on in, be. Good. And then exhale, release the arms, straighten the leg, and then step the left foot forward. Good. And feel sensation after that warrior series, or that warrior exercise, I should say, because we're going to use it again in our sun salutation here in just a moment. So still at the front of your mat, go ahead and bring your palms together at your chest. And before we start moving, just find your breath again. Aware of the inhale and aware of the exhale. And we'll do our best to move on the flow of the breath. So it's good to be aware of it so that we can do that. So with your next inhale, please sweep your arms down, back, and up, palms together overhead. With your exhale, bend both knees, chair prep, just like before. Then inhale, chair pose. Good, stay for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the knees. Then exhale, hinge at the hips and swan dive, fold forward and down. From here, press palms to shins, come halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold down and step your right foot way back, back foot flat on the floor, toes pointing forward slightly. Bend the left knee first, then sweep the arms forward and up, coming into warrior one. Good. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Then think about hinging from your hips, fold forward and down over the left leg. We'll stay for 2 breaths this first round, just to feel the stretch in the hamstring, the back of the left leg. Good. Now from here, you're going to step your right foot forward. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees deeply, like you would for chair pose, because guess what? Sweep your arms forward, come into chair pose. Staying for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, and then swan dive, fold forward again. Press palms to shins, come halfway up. And then as you come down this time, go ahead and step your left foot back, left foot flat to the floor, toes pointing forward slightly. Bend the right knee strong. Inhale, warrior one. Lift the arms forward and up. Stay for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the right knee. Think about hinging at the hips. Fold forward and down over that right leg, staying for 2 breaths again, feeling that stretch in the back of the leg. Good. With your next exhale, step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Pressing the palms to the shins, come halfway up again. When we do this, we're extending the spine to the space in front of us, lengthening the spine. Good. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side of the strong back, lift all the way up. And then bring the palms together at the chest. Take an adjusting breath. And we'll do another round. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose, inhale. And then exhale, stay in chair pose. Inhale, straighten the knees, lifting up. And exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Palms to shins. Exhale down. Step the left foot back this time. Back foot flat on the floor. Bend the right knee. When you're ready, sweep the arms forward and up into warrior one. Staying for the exhale. Then inhale, straighten the right knee. Hinge at the hips. Fold forward and down over the right leg. This time, stay for the inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Palms to shins. Exhale, fold down. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, coming into chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the knees. And exhale, swan dive forward and down. Palms to shins again. Halfway up. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back. Back foot flat on the floor. Prepping for warrior one. Bend the front knee. Sweep on up. Good. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, fold forward over it. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. Exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side with a strong back. Lift all the way up. And palms together at the chest. We're going to keep this energy moving. Inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, bend the knees, chair prep. Chair pose. Stay for the exhale. Lift up on inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Palms to shins. And exhale, fold down. Step the right foot back this time, prepping for warrior one. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, stay. Then inhale, straighten the knee. And exhale, fold over the leg. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, step the right foot forward. Palms to shins, halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and bend your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up into chair pose. Exhale, stay. Straighten the knees, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. palms to shins again. Exhale down, step the left foot back, prepping for warrior one. When you're ready, sweep the arms forward and up, come into the pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, straighten the knee, and exhale, fold over it. Stay for the inhalation. And exhale, step the left foot forward. Palms to shins again, halfway up. And exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. Again, palms together at the chest, keeping it moving. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep, chair pose. Inhale, lift, and fold. Halfway up. And down, step the left foot back, prepping for warrior one. When you're ready, inhale, come on up. Good, straighten the right knee. Exhale, fold over it. Deep breath in. And exhale, step the left foot forward, palms to shins. Exhale, release, bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Reach the arms forward and up. And exhale, stay. Straighten the legs, inhale. And then exhale, fold forward and down. Palms to shins. Exhale, release. Step the right foot back, prepping for warrior one. When you're ready, come on up. Good. With your next inhale, straighten the leg and fold forward over it. Staying for the inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, palms to shins, inhale. And exhale down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up, inhale. And again, palms together at the chest. Let's do 2 more rounds. You can do it. Inhale, sweep up. Chair prep. Chair. Lift. And fold. Palms to shins, halfway up, please. And then exhale, release down, step the right foot back this time, prepping for warrior one. Come on up. Good, straighten the knee. And hinge at the hips, folding down over the leg. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, palms to shins. Exhale, bend the knees as you fold. Inhale, chair pose. Good, inhale, straighten the legs and folding forward once again. Good, palms to shins. And step the left foot back. Warrior one. Straighten the knee, fold over it. Inhale. And exhale, step forward. Palms to shins. And down. Sweep the arms out to the side, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Before we go into our last round, take an adjusting breath here. Feeling the inhale, feeling the exhale. Aware of all that sensation in the body. I'm sure there's some signals coming at you. Breathe with it. And we'll spend a bit more time in this last round. We'll hold some of the postures. I might throw in some variations. We've worked so hard to get here, we might as well spend some time. So, at the top of your mat, palms together at the chest. With your inhale, sweep the arms down, back, and up. Exhale, chair prep. Chair pose. And we find ourselves in the first hold. Good. As the hips sink, feel the chest lift. And if it's too much to have the arms straight for this long, you can do cactus arms. Just take the arms out to the sides and bend the elbows. Breathe. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. And swan dive, forward and down. Palms to shins, extend the spine forward. And exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Back foot flat on the floor, coming into your warrior. And here we'll hold as well. Don't be afraid to bend the right knee. And again, just like in chair pose, if it's too much of the arm straight up, you could do cactus arms here. Just bend the elbows and take the arms out to the sides. Focus your eyes to a single non-moving point on the wall or the space in front of you. And just breathe with that point. Try not to let thoughts invade your mind. It's just your breath and that one point that you're focusing on. Last breath. And then inhale, straighten the right leg or reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down over the right leg. And we'll hang out here for a little bit. So the floor is feeling far away. There's a few things you can do. One, you can bend the right knee a bit more, especially if it's the back of the leg that's kind of screaming at you. You could bring one or both hands onto the right leg. Or if you have yoga blocks at home, you could bring one block on either side of the right leg and just bring your hands on top of the block or blocks. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, take a deep breath in. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Standing forward fold. Pressing palms to the shins, come halfway up. Extend your spine into the space in front of you. And exhale, fold down. Yes, we'll be doing one more chair pose. Bend your knees deeply, please. Inhale, come into it. Adjust your arms if you need to, either straight up or elbows, or cactus arms, elbows bent. And just like when we were in Warrior One, focus your eyes to a single non-moving point in front of you and just breathe with that point. It's just you breathing with that point. Two more breaths. You can do it. Stay. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Down over the legs again. Good. Halfway up. And down. This time, step the right foot way back. Back foot flat on the floor. When you're ready, bend the knee. Come on up, Warrior One. Yes, we're hanging out here. Good. Again, you can adjust the arms straight up or out to the side. It's up to you. Find that point in front of you, the non-moving point that you can focus on. It's just your breath and that point. Don't be afraid to bend the front knee. Almost there. Stay with it. Good. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold down over the left leg. And same adjustments can be made as the first side. You could bend the knee a little bit. You bring one or both hands onto the left ankle. If you have yoga blocks, your hands could be on yoga blocks. Breathe. All right. So we'll switch things up just a hair here. Instead of stepping forward, I'm going to ask you to step the left foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths into down dog, a nice symmetrical stretch here, feeling length in the spine, feeling length in your legs, and breathing into all of that length. And then with your next inhale, carefully float down onto hands and knees, release the feet, and exhale, a much deserved child's pose. Seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor. And just be aware of your breath here. If you'd like to, you can take the knees a little bit wider apart so that the belly and the chest sink between the knees. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands back, coming up to a seat. We're not going to come up and finish the whole sun salutation thing. I think you'll be okay. So we're going to come onto our backs again. So, or not again, for the first time tonight. Just go ahead and roll over onto your back. Just a couple more postures before we rest here. But once you're on your back, bring your feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees, and your feet are about hip distance apart. Okay? And your arms can rest down by your side for this one. We're just going to move in and out of bridge pose a few times to help counterpose some of the work that we've been doing. So pressing the feet into the floor, go ahead and lift the hips into the air, press the pelvis toward the ceiling, and exhale, carefully release the hips down. Good, let's do that again. Lifting the hips on up, inhale, and exhale, bring the hips back down. Try to make sure that the feet are flat on the floor the entire time. Inhale, pushing up. Exhale, coming down. Two more times. Lift and lower. And we're going to hold the pose this last round. So go ahead and lift up, inhale, and stay in the pose. Exhale. Feeling the pelvis lifting toward the ceiling. And there's a slight back bend happening in the upper back as well. So your chest starts to bow toward your chin a little bit. Relax your throat, relax your jaw. Two more breaths. Press up to your highest point. Inhale. And exhale, carefully release the hips back on down. Good job. Take a breath here. Good. So from here, go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest, holding onto the shin, and extend the left leg down to the floor. Good. And then from here, we're going to come into a twist. So keep holding on to the right knee with the left hand and extend the right arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, guide that right knee across the body toward the floor on your left side. You could scoot your hips back a little bit here to deepen the twist as well. Now, another adjustment that could be made here if you'd like to is the chin can turn to the right, away from the knees, completing the spinal rotation. We'll just stay here for a few breaths and just try to relax. You don't need to be pulling on that that right leg. Just let it go as far as it can. Staying here for just about 2 more deep breaths. And then gently, with an inhale, go ahead and unwind and adjust. Good. And then we will prepare when you're ready to do the other side. So you'll bring the left knee into your chest, holding onto the shin of the knee, and extend the right leg down to the floor. And then keep holding onto the left knee with the right hand. Extend the left arm out to the side. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, take the left knee across the body toward the floor on your right side. Again, you could scoot the hips back behind you a little bit if you need to deepen the twist. Try to keep the left shoulder on the ground. And then if you'd like to, if it's not too much on the neck, you can turn the chin to the left. And again, just try to relax here. Staying for just a little bit longer. And then with your next inhalation, gently unwind and adjust. Good. So for our next pose, just hug both knees into your chest and really tug them in. And as you pull the knees in toward the chest, try to ground the lower back to the floor. It might try to pick up, just try to keep it down. So you're creating just a little bit of resistance between your hands and your shins or knees. This will help to relieve any wonkiness happening at the lower back. One more breath. And then carefully release the legs down to the floor and prepare yourself to rest here on your back for about 5 or so minutes. And I like to have my heels about mat distance apart, just about the width of my mat, and allow the toes to follow. This allows the hips to relax. My arms are down by my sides. My wrists about a foot away from the hips, palms face up. This lets the shoulders relax. Let your jaw be soft. Let your eyes relax. Closing the eyes. Know as the body gets still, the mind can sometimes start picking back up again. So just remind yourself that we're still in the practice. There's nothing to figure out, there's nothing to plan or do. Just be. Just be. Peace. 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 Please begin to take a deeper, fuller breath. And bring some gentle movement to the hands and feet, your arms and legs, gently waking them back up and bringing your body and awareness back. And as you feel ready, you can roll gently to your right side. And coming on up to a seat when you feel complete here. So once you're in a seat, go ahead and bring your palms together in front of you. And just lower your chin. And just honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight. All these poses, all these flows, all the effort that you've put forth. Feeling gratitude to yourself, from yourself, for all of that work. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.